So Gloo Mesh has this notion of workspaces, so that you can group together multiple namespaces of multiple clusters in a workspace. Here we are going to group the bookinfo frontend and bookinfo backends of both clusters in a bookinfo workspace, and the Gloo Mesh add-ons and the Istio gateways namespaces of both clusters in a gateway workspace. So to do that, the platform team is going to create this workspace object in the management cluster, where it will define the different namespaces that needs to be part of the workspace. So here the gateway workspace. So I create this, and if you go to the UI, you can see here that there is a problem with this workspace. It says that no workspace settings have been found. So the next step is that you need to create a workspace settings. Can be an empty spec, which means that I don't want to import or export anything, but you can also use the workspace settings to define some rules about services or other resources you want to import from other workspaces and you want to export to other workspaces. And you can give the name of the services you want to export, or you can select them by labels. The same, you can give the name of the workspaces you want to import resources from, or you can just use labels as well. So it's very flexible. It can be delegated to the team that is in charge of this workspace. So for example, the gateway team here, and in the next example, the bookinfo team, so that they can define by themselves which services should be exported and imported. But you can also have one namespace of the management server part of this workspace, and then you can, in that case, let the platform team defining all these import and export rules. So it's really very flexible to adapt to any organization. So when you create this, then you can see that I have like automatically my UI adjusted, and now it can find like these 4 namespaces that are part of my workspace. And going to more details, you can see all the services that are right now private, because even if I have exported some of them and imported some others, nothing is matching right now because I have just one workspace. So we are going to see how it is changing when I'm going to create the second workspace. So I'm going to create a workspace for the bookinfo team, so you can, as I said, let the bookinfo team defining import and export rules, or have the platform team doing it. But it's always the platform team that defines these boundaries. Like the workspace object itself is always going to be created in the management cluster in the Gloo Mesh namespace. And you see here in the workspace, the platform team also add this label allow ingress equal true. So it's going to match these import from workspaces where there is this label allow ingress equal true. As I said before, you can reference workspaces and objects using names or using labels, which is very flexible. And here the bookinfo team is going to import the gateway services to be able to use later the external authentication service and so on, and is going to export to the gateway workspace the product page and the review services, and also all the resources that have these expose equal true labels. That means that through the gateway, only these services can be exposed. You cannot expose, for example, the detailed service because it has not been exported to the gateway workspace, which is a good security measure, to make sure that you cannot make a mistake and expose service that was not supposed to be exposed, because you really have to explicitly export it here and import it in the other workspace. And if I do that, then I can see my services status change, based on what's happening and the rules I defined. And you can see my gateway workspace again with the different services, and you'll see like a lot more information there in the coming videos.